Alright, what's up boys and girls? It is your boy Johnny, aka Crew9t, and because I like you, I'm going to give you fair warning that today's video is going to be a little bit more talking than you might be used to from me. So if you do decide to skip this video, I promise not to be mad at you, but I do ask that you make me a promise, which is before you go, you will at the very least go ahead and jump to the end of this video and watch that, because at the end of this video, I will be giving out instructions for how my viewers and subscribers can help me out with content for one of my new videos that I plan on making. So if you only watch one part of this whole video, please make sure that that is the part you watch. If you were already planning on watching this whole thing, then do not skip to the end. I promise we will get there. Just be patient. As for the content of today's video, everybody loves a good origin story, right? So today's origin story is going to be the origin of the name Crew9t. So I get a lot of people who ask me, what does the name Crew9t mean? Because they assume that it has something to do with prosthetics, which makes sense. My channel is about prosthetics and amputees, so I could see why my name would probably reflect that. However, it's not the case. So then, what does the name Crew9t actually mean? Well, in order to answer that, I have to take you back to a very scary point in my life known as the teenage years. Back when your boy Metal Leg was still just Fleshy Leg. So, back when I was about 16 years old, I would not go to sleep at night. Instead, I would stay up all night long on a particular website that had a chat forum. No, it was not that type of chat forum. It's actually kind of embarrassing, but moving right along. I would stay up all night reading all the different conversations going on, and after about a week or two of just being a lurker, I decided that I wanted to actually participate. So I had to create an account, but part of creating an account was coming up with a username, and that stuck me with the dilemma of trying to figure out what I wanted my name to be. I knew right off the bat it had to be something that showed that I was tough. I wanted people to know I wasn't just some kid on this site, that I was like somebody to be messed with, or not to be messed with. So I knew my name had to have the word crew in it, because that would signify that I was a part of a crew, that I was like, you know, part of this big group. I don't know where I was going with that, but I knew it had to have the word crew in it. Next, I knew, well, Crew by itself isn't like a good name. Like, hi guys, my name's Crew. Like, what would that be? So I had to come up with it, Crew something. And so I thought about it, and I was like, well, Crew9t, because most of the people on this forum were between the ages of like 14 to 16, maybe a little bit older. So I was like right there in that relevant age group at 16 years old. So I was like, you know, let's put 90 in there so that they know I was born in 1990. And now we have Crew, so they know I'm tough, and 90, so they know I'm the relevant age. And I was good with it, Crew9t. I was actually really proud. So I was gonna hit submit, and right as I was about to go with the perfect name, I realized a way that I could make the perfect name even better. If I spelled 90 with a T, then it would be Crew9t, but Crew9t, and that would show that I was also cool and hip and creative and had like that flair. Ladies, Crew9t. If you feel your panties dropping, it is not a problem. It's an automatic response to such a perfect name. Well, at least that's what I was thinking as a 16-year-old. I don't know, I had problems as a teenager. Bottom line is, the name stuck. It became my online moniker no matter where I was. If you needed a username, it was going to be Crew9t. Now, sometimes I would use the 0 instead of the T, and I would actually spell it out properly for like more formal websites or whatever, but it was always Crew9t in some form or the other, which means that it doesn't take that much imagination to think that when I started my YouTube channel in 2008, I probably named myself Crew9t. Now, some of you guys may be doing the math in your head and you're thinking, wait, you made your YouTube channel in 2008, but you didn't post your first video until 2011? That really doesn't make any sense. And to that I say, you're right, and you're wrong. No, I did not post my first amputee video until 2011. It was actually January 1st, New Year's Day. But before I started posting all things prosthetics and amputations, I used to run my YouTube channel as a completely different type of channel. Completely different type of content. It was actually surprisingly successful. Again, we will not be talking about what type of channel I ran and what the type of content I posted was, because it's somewhat embarrassing. So again, moving right along. Bottom line is, in 2011, I finally posted a video about prosthetics. Now, this was 6 months after my accident, and I had done this video strictly off of recommendation from a counselor that I was seeing at the time, because they thought it would be a good idea for me to put myself out there. And I'd never expected any responses, nonetheless the amount that I got, because literally the very next day, not even a full 24 hours after I posted that video, I already had like something like 200 or 300 views and 50 or 60 comments, all from other people who were also amputees. and I could not believe the niche that I had just tapped into. And it appeared that I was one of a very few amount of amputees out there who were actually posting content. And all I posted was taking off and putting on my prosthetic leg. But I was already getting responses like I had made some grand video. So of course I loved it, and that very next day I posted 3 more videos. Well, those all went over very well, and I began getting requests for videos, particularly for how to do things, because I had said in my videos that I was learning things at the time as a new amputee, and I wanted to, every time I figured something out, make a video to show how I did it to help out other amputees who might be having the same problems. This ended up snowballing into a lot of videos, and by the time that June rolled around, I decided I really should change my name to represent something more about amputees and prosthetics. I deleted all my original content from back before that January 1st video. This was all the stuff that my channel used to be about. I lost some subscribers who were watching me for that content, had some subscribers that were a little confused because I had taken such a sharp turn, and I picked up hundreds of new subscribers. Bottom line is, I was going to start going by the name Metal Leg, which you may have noticed I still use on this channel here or there. It's my channel name, even though my YouTube name is Crew9t. So I go to the amputee conference, which was June 1st or June 2nd. I did not expect any of this to happen, but I walked into the conference, and within minutes, somebody walks up to me and asks me if I'm Crew9t. And I was like, yes, actually I am. And he's like, I see your videos, I know who you are. And I thought that was pretty cool, but I figured it was probably a one-time thing. But then later that evening, somebody else approached me. And then that night, I was at the bar that was inside of the hotel with a female friend that I made that night. And we were just sitting in the bar together, and somebody walked up to me, introduced themselves, and bought me a shot and said they were buying me a shot because I was Crew9t. This happened all throughout the conference. Now, I know that it was a bunch of amputees, so it's not that crazy that they were recognizing a person from a channel about prosthetics and amputees, but I had never expected anything like that to happen. In fact, it was kind of humorous. At one point in the conference, when I was talking to somebody, they didn't exactly recognize me, but I had mentioned that I was a new amputee. I was just about at a year, and they suggested that I start watching this guy on YouTube because he's also an amputee, just about at a year, and we're roughly the same age, and his videos might help me out. And I was really excited, and I was like, please give me his info. And they said that his name was Crew9t and that I should look him up. Now, I never told this person that I actually was Crew9t, but I did walk away chuckling to myself. Bottom line is, I realized right then and there I could not change my name. Crew9t was already a known name in that community, and I just had to run with it. So there you go. That's why my channel name is Crew9t. I'm sorry if it's not as climatic as you might have been hoping, but that's it. So it's not some secret code or some throw out to put it out there that I'm an amputee so that other amputees might notice it. It's honestly just a name that I came up with when I was 16 years old, trying to look cool. But enough of this part of the video. I did promise that at the end of the video I would give out instructions, and here they are. So I have a great idea in my head. I get a lot of comments every day. A good amount of them are just comments. They're not expecting any sort of response. And when I do reply, a lot of times the people are surprised or shocked that I took the time to write them back. But just as many of these comments are actual questions that are not rhetorical, people want to know answers, they have questions, and I try to reply and answer them. But I get a lot of comments that are just too in-depth to reply to, or they're the same comment over and over again, and it's kind of repetitive to keep replying. And I thought, you know what, I should really make a question and answer video and just do that little Q&A type thing. Here's the thing though, that has been done a lot. There are hundreds of Q&A videos on YouTube, and I wanted to do something a little bit different. So rather than having my subscribers or just viewers write a question into the comment section and then I go through and pick one and I'm like, oh, let me answer this, which is how most people do it, I wanted to actually allow my subscribers and my viewers to be a part of my videos. So my thought was, I want you guys to think of a question, and I don't care what it's about. It can be about me as a personal level, it can be about my prosthetic, and just be about life in general. I don't care. You think of a question, you film yourself asking it. Now, I don't care if it's shot on an iPhone, Android, if it's shot on GoPro, or if you even just use the lens on your webcam. I don't care how you shoot it. Just try to keep it around 10 seconds long so that I don't have a bunch of super long questions, and then email it to me. Now, my email is in the About Me section on my channel page, but I'm also going to post it in the description link. It is my channel name, crew9t@gmail.com. So it's going to be right here in the description. I want you to take that video, put it into an email, and shoot it to me. Now, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get enough of these emails to put together a good video, because if it takes 6 months before I get enough of a selection to go through, it's going to be 6 months before I make this video. If I get 100 replies within the next week, you'll see this video very quickly. But I'm going to go through all of the questions that I get, put all the video clips that are good content, that are relevant. I'm going to put them all into one video, and then I'm going to answer them. And how I'm going to do it is I'm going to be sitting here just like this. I'm going to play your video probably right about here, and then I'm going to answer you. So if you have a YouTube channel and you want your name put out there, go ahead and put it in the email, and I'll write it directly below your video. Bottom line is, you send me a clip, I'm going to put it in my video, and I'm going to answer your question. Now, with that being said, that is the origin story. That is how you can help me with content for a future video. And as always, I thank you for watching. If you stuck around for this whole video, I salute you. I also feel bad because this probably went a little bit longer than I intended it to go. I am sorry for that. But anyways, as I said at the beginning, it's your boy Johnny, aka Crew9t. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.